Hi, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So of course you are interested in learning about scripting and like why you should start scripting today, like right now. After you finish watching this video, then I really hope that you start scripting. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys like what I do to script and how I script, and also too like how you can get started. This video is like very beginner friendly, because some of you guys on here, maybe you have not really heard about scripting. It's like maybe you heard about it but you didn't really start to do it. So when I did discover scripting, it's been like years ago, but I found it, well, I discovered it on YouTube. It's like once you start looking at those like law of attraction videos, somehow scripting will like pop up. And I'm so glad that I discovered it because I've been doing it for a long time now. It's a lot different. So well, how I script now is a lot different from like when I first started, because of course now I'm aware of like divine timing, and I'm aware that like if I don't receive exactly what it is that I was scripting about, I know that I'm going to receive something better or like bigger basically. So yeah, it's like less worry and fear now. Like when I script things out, like I'm not really, I guess, worried or like, doubting myself too. I'm a lot more confident as well when I script now. So yeah, and it definitely takes time, because like the things that you script out, maybe they may not happen today. Like the time that you script it out, it may not happen like within a week or a month. It just depends on divine timing. How you can get started with scripting, I would highly suggest you to buy a notebook. It does not have to be like a super fancy notebook. Now me, I do like to kind of go all out with the notebooks. I don't really spend that much on notebooks, but like I think I have a problem with notebooks, but I have a lot of them. This is one of them. It says make your own magic, and I just feel like this is so perfect for scripting. I did not spend a lot on it. You can find notebooks like for pretty cheap, but it has like a little thing on here, like a binder, where you can close it up. And I believe this was like a lot thicker, but I've torn out pages. But I always like to get notebooks that have like a metal ring on it, just so I can like easily flip over the notebook. I try to stay away from like composition notebooks. Now you can use a composition notebook if you want to, but I just find it hard to like bend over the notebook. It doesn't really do it that easily with the composition notebook. So yeah, so once you get your notebook, I like to sage my notebooks, y'all. Like I would highly suggest you to do this. You can of course light the sage, get your notebook before you, don't write in it before you like sage it before you write in it. So yeah, of course you're gonna have your sage lit up, but you can just like run it through the notebook, just kind of like go over it. And I like to just say to please remove any negative energy or bad vibes that could be attached to the notebook. That's what I like to say, because you just never, if you think about it, like you just never know who picked up the notebook and like where it came from. And then you bring it into your home and you about to write in it like this good stuff that's going to be happening to you. I like to just sage it off first. So yeah, you can do that before well, I would actually make it mandatory to sage the notebook first before you even start to write anything in it. So yeah, now that we've done that, I'm gonna get into the things that you can't script about. So scripting, you don't really have to script out material things. Like you don't have to always try to like manifest like material things. It could just be simple, as far as like confidence or like some type of trait that you could be wanting to have, that type of thing. Because like scripting is like you scripting out your life like it's a movie. So you are the main character. Scripting definitely helps you to become the main character in your life. But with scripting, it's like you are the writer, because you're scripting this out. You're the writer, the director. You yell cut and you yell action. Everybody else is just extras, and you have the power to remove those extras or like switch them out if they're not acting right. So yeah, that's what scripting is to me. Like that's how I look at it. So yeah, just have that in mind when you are scripting out. It's just like as if like you're about to write a movie or like a scene in your life basically that you want to happen. So when you are starting to script out, I like to start off with saying I have. I'm gonna just put it over here. I have, I am, or I have received something. So you want to make sure it's in the past tense. Sometimes I like to do present tense. It just depends on like what it is. That works for me as well. Like when I write stuff like in the present tense, like now, I'm like, yeah, this has happened now. You don't want to say like, you don't want to use words like I hope or I wish, because it's kind of like, you don't, it just sounds like you don't believe it, or like you're not claiming what it is that you could be wanting. So try not to stay away from like I hope and I wish, because you're not telling the universe that you have this thing. Like you have to act as if you already have it. So yeah, I would highly suggest you to use I have, I am, and I have received when you first start scripting out. So you are scripting out things. Do not, so we're talking about you as a person, right? Because like you're the main character. We're not talking about anybody else. So when you are scripting out things, do not bring don't script out anything about anyone else. Like try to make the focus on you. Now it could be like maybe you're scripting out like you want to find like a future potential partner, but I wouldn't script out anything like almost like you want something bad to happen to someone. Y'all don't do that. Like we're writing out things that are positive and where no one's going to be harmed. Okay, so just keep that in mind too when you are scripting. Just make sure you're scripting out of like good intentions, like good positive intentions. But for me personally, I never script out anything about anyone else. Like I don't do that. You can start off with putting out the date and the time. Sometimes I do that too, because it's just fun to like go back and look at the stuff. Like if it already, you know, when it happens, you can like go back and be like, yeah, I scripted that out and it happened like this. Like I wrote it out this date and this time, and then I have it like right now, that type of thing. But you know, it's all in divine timing too. So when I do start to script things out, I like to be like very, very detailed, because when you are like very detailed and then you're using like, when you're starting off with like I have, I am, and I have received, the universe kind of is like confused. Like, well, not really confused. It's like, so this person already does have this, so we have to make this happen, that type of thing. Because like the universe doesn't really know any better. I forgot what video I came across and they had mentioned that, but like it was like one of those like law of attraction videos. But it makes sense, because it's like, if you're saying like you already have this or you are this way, and then you're being like really detailed and specific, also down to like the colors, the textures of something that you could be wanting, or it's like you could be you could also say like how you feel about something. It's like the universe really does not know the difference between like you having this thing and like what's going on basically. So that's a really good way to do it as well. And when I first started scripting, I was not really as detailed, and then I learned that hey, you need to be like very specific on what it is that you want, because when it's like whenever you get whatever it is that you was like asking for, it could be like a little off, and you like, but I wanted it this way. It's because you were not specific at all. So I learned my lesson a couple of times with that. So now I'm like very, very detailed. Sometimes I feel like I'm like over detailed, but it doesn't matter, because like I know that the universe is going to give me like exactly what it is that I want, because I was like very, very specific. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And it takes practice too, because some people don't really know how to be like detailed. But for me, I'm gonna just use an example. Like, just let's just say like you want to go like on a vacation to a certain place. So you're writing this out like I would write it out as if like I'm already in this place. Like you're already there, you already arrived, like you already done booked your flight. You're at this like exact location. I would write out like the type of clothes that I'm wearing. Like, how do I have my hair on this vacation? Like, how do I look? What type of food I'm eating? Because you know you gotta eat when you're on vacation too. So yeah, are you eating good food? Like, what's going on? That so that's like very helpful too, when you get like very, very detailed, down to like the activities, like where you're gonna be visiting when you go on vacation, what's gonna be going on. So write all that out. It really helps to like let the universe know, or God, source, whoever you believe in. It really lets you know, things happen because it doesn't know the difference, okay? Like, it doesn't know that, hey, you don't really have this thing yet. But if you start writing it out, like, I already have this, like, I'm already here, I'm already out on vacation, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm wearing this, I look like this, like. So yeah, write it out. And it definitely takes time too. But after I write out what it is that I want to happen, I like to just kind of like sit there, kind of like, I don't know, I guess like daydream about what it is. I guess you could say like visualizing. I'm not really good at visualizing, but when I do write it out and I'm talking about like the colors of things, like textures, that type of thing, it helps me like to visualize basically, because it's like you're bringing a picture together. So I do like to read it out loud. That really helps too. It kind of helps you kind of like to believe that this is going to be happening. It just makes it more realistic when you read it out loud, because like, you know, actors, when they get like a new script, they have to read the script out loud. Like, you're not just saying it in your head, because like, how can you even practice the role? Like, how can it feel real if you're saying it in your head? Like, you have to say it out loud, and it has to have some type of emotions, like actions, like facial expressions, that type of thing. So think about it like that. And also to the last two parts I want to mention, when you are scripting out things, do not share it with other people, because it's kind of like very personal, y'all, and you just never know. You know, someone that you could have around, or like, it could be like, you could be wanting to share it with a friend, but don't do that, because this is like something that you want to come to life basically. But I just find it like very, very personal, so I would not share what I'm scripting to anyone. Just, I feel like it's more safer between you and a notebook, because once it gets to somebody else, like, they could definitely have like ill intentions, or like they could just not want that for you, especially if it's like some type of goal, or you know, something good that you could be wanting to happen for you. I would just highly suggest you to keep it between you and your notebook, okay? Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of the video. I really hope that the information I did share with you guys about scripting really helped you out. Please feel free to subscribe below, hit the notification bell, because I will be uploading another video about journaling, because scripting and journaling is two different things. But I wanted to, like, you know, share with you guys like what's scripting and what's journaling. So yeah, this video was about scripting. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, are you gonna start scripting? It's almost 2022, y'all. Like, come on, you gotta start scripting things out, like become the main character in your life, okay? So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.